Have you ever wondered who you really are beneath the surface? What if the secrets to a happier life were hidden within you, waiting to be uncovered? Imagine waking up each day with a clearer understanding of yourself, feeling more confident and connected to your true essence. These insights can transform your daily experience, making each moment richer and more meaningful. In our fast-paced lives, we often forget to pause and reflect on who we are. We get caught up in routines, labels, and the opinions of others. But what if you could break free from these constraints? What if knowing yourself deeply could lead to greater happiness, fulfillment, and peace? By exploring the 10 essential secrets about yourself, you can unlock the door to personal growth and self-discovery. For example, think about a time when you faced a challenge. How did you react? Did you push through, or did you step back to understand your emotions? These moments reveal crucial insights about your character and help you grow. Understanding these aspects of yourself is like holding a mirror up to your soul, allowing you to see both your strengths and areas for improvement. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we delve into the depths of self-awareness through the lens of Buddhism. Here, we'll explore valuable insights that can help you uncover the secrets you must know about yourself. Remember, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Join us on this journey of self-discovery, and let's weave the threads of wisdom together. In this video, you will learn about the fundamental truths that shape who you are. These insights will empower you to embrace your authentic self and navigate life with clarity and purpose. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries within and prepare to embark on a transformative journey. The illusion of the self, understanding anatta. In our journey of self-discovery, we often cling to the idea of a fixed self. We label ourselves based on our jobs, relationships, or achievements. But what if these labels are just illusions? The concept of anatta, or no self, teaches us that the self is not as solid as we think. It's essential to explore this idea to understand our true nature. Imagine a river flowing. You cannot step into the same water twice because the water is always changing. Just like the river, we are constantly changing. Our thoughts, feelings, and experiences are not permanent. They come and go, just like the water. When we understand that we are like this river, we begin to realize that our identity is fluid and ever-evolving. We are shaped by our experiences, but we are not defined by them. Recognizing the illusion of a fixed self can be liberating. It allows us to let go of the burdens we carry, expectations, fears, and judgments. When we cling to these ideas of who we should be, we limit ourselves. We may find ourselves stressed, anxious, or unhappy because we are trying to fit into a mold that doesn't truly represent us. Take a moment to think about your own life. Have you ever felt trapped by a label? Perhaps you identified as the smart one or the funny one. These labels can feel comforting, but they can also restrict our growth. If you define yourself too rigidly, you might resist trying new things or stepping outside your comfort zone. By embracing the concept of anatta, you can release these labels and allow yourself to be whoever you want to be in each moment. This idea can be illustrated by considering a tree. A tree has many branches, and each branch represents different aspects of our lives: family, work, hobbies, and interests. While the trunk remains strong, the branches can grow, change, or even fall off over time. Each branch does not define the tree. The tree is more than the sum of its parts. Similarly, you are more than any single aspect of your identity. You can change, grow, and evolve. The Buddha taught that clinging to the notion of a fixed self leads to suffering. When we hold on to who we think we are, we create a barrier between ourselves and the world. We might resist change or feel threatened by new experiences. This resistance causes discomfort and pain. When we accept the idea of anatta, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We learn to navigate life with greater ease and flexibility. So, how do we begin to practice this understanding of anatta in our daily lives? One approach is through mindfulness. By observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can start to see them for what they are: temporary and fleeting. When you notice a thought arise, simply acknowledge it and let it pass. This practice helps you detach from the idea that your thoughts define you. Instead of saying, "I am anxious," you can say, "I am experiencing anxiety." This subtle shift allows you to recognize that anxiety is just a passing experience, not a permanent part of who you are. Another helpful technique is to question your beliefs about yourself. Ask yourself, is this belief true? Or how did I come to hold this belief? Often, you will find that many of your self-concepts are based on external influences, society, family, or friends. By challenging these beliefs, you create space for a more authentic understanding of who you are. As you continue on this journey, remember that self-discovery is a process. It takes time and patience to unravel the layers of identity that you have built over the years. Be gentle with yourself as you explore these ideas. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Each moment of insight is a step closer to embracing your true self. The teachings of anatta invite us to cultivate a sense of freedom and openness. When we let go of the need to define ourselves rigidly, we can enjoy the beauty of being human. We can connect more deeply with others, experience life fully, and appreciate the present moment. The journey of self-discovery is not just about understanding who we are. It's about embracing the richness of life itself. In conclusion, understanding the illusion of the self is a powerful tool on your path to self-awareness. By recognizing that we are not fixed entities, we can release the burdens of identity and experience greater peace and happiness. Embrace the fluidity of your being and allow yourself to grow and change. With each step, you are unraveling the secrets within, uncovering the essence of who you truly are. This understanding will not only transform your relationship with yourself, but also enhance your connections with the world around you. Mindfulness, observing your thoughts and emotions. In the bustling world around us, it's easy to get lost in the noise of daily life. We rush from one task to another, often forgetting to check in with ourselves. But what if there was a way to find calm amidst the chaos? This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. It encourages us to be present in the moment, fully experiencing life as it unfolds. Imagine you're sitting in a park, surrounded by the gentle rustling of leaves and the soft chirping of birds. As you take a deep breath, you start to notice the sensations in your body. Perhaps you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin or the coolness of the breeze. This moment of awareness is mindfulness in action. It allows you to step back from your thoughts and simply be, without any distractions. Mindfulness is like a gentle anchor that keeps you grounded. When you practice it regularly, you begin to recognize your thoughts and emotions as they arise. You might feel frustration when stuck in traffic or joy when spending time with loved ones. Instead of getting swept away by these feelings, mindfulness teaches you to observe them. "Ah, here comes frustration," you might say to yourself. By acknowledging these feelings without judgment, you create space for clarity and understanding. Think about a time when you felt overwhelmed. Did you react impulsively, or did you take a moment to breathe? Mindfulness encourages you to pause and take a step back. It's about being curious about your inner world. Instead of labeling your feelings as good or bad, you can simply observe them. This practice helps you develop a deeper understanding of yourself. As you practice mindfulness, you may notice how your thoughts often lead to stories and judgments. For example, if you're anxious about a presentation, your mind might start telling you that you'll mess up or that people will judge you. But with mindfulness, you can recognize these thoughts as just that, thoughts. They don't define you. You can observe them and let them pass like clouds in the sky. Mindfulness also teaches us to be kind to ourselves. It's easy to be our harshest critics, but what if we treated ourselves with the same compassion we offer to a friend? When you notice negative self-talk, try responding with kindness. "It's okay to feel this way," you might say. This shift in perspective can transform your relationship with yourself. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. Start with small moments throughout your day. When you brush your teeth, focus on the sensations, the taste of the toothpaste, the sound of the brush against your teeth. When you eat, savor each bite, noticing the flavors and textures. These simple practices help bring you back to the present moment. Another powerful mindfulness exercise is mindful breathing. Take a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, letting your belly expand, then exhale slowly through your mouth. As you breathe, notice any thoughts that arise. Acknowledge them, then gently guide your focus back to your breath. This practice calms the mind and helps you reconnect with your inner self. As you continue to practice mindfulness, you may find that your perspective on life begins to shift. You become more aware of your reactions and less reactive to external circumstances. You might find that minor annoyances no longer bother you as much, or that you can enjoy moments of joy more fully. Mindfulness is not just a practice, it's a way of being. It encourages you to live life with intention, making conscious choices rather than reacting mindlessly. As you cultivate this awareness, you may discover deeper connections with others. When you're present with someone, truly listening to them, you create a space for meaningful interactions. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and patience to develop this skill. Be gentle with yourself as you practice. Celebrate the small victories, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. Every moment you spend being present is a step toward greater self-awareness. In moments of stress or anxiety, return to your breath. Take a few deep, mindful breaths and allow yourself to reconnect with the present. Notice how your body feels and observe your thoughts without judgment. This simple act can ground you and help you regain a sense of clarity. As we explore the secrets of self-awareness, mindfulness stands out as a powerful tool for understanding yourself. It invites you to observe your thoughts and emotions with curiosity and kindness. Through this practice, you can discover profound insights about who you are and how you relate to the world around you. The journey of mindfulness can lead to transformation. As you become more aware of your inner landscape, you'll start to uncover patterns in your behavior and reactions. This awareness allows you to make conscious choices that align with your true self, fostering personal growth and deeper connections with others. Ultimately, mindfulness empowers you to live authentically. It reminds you that you are not defined by your thoughts or emotions. Instead, you are the observer, the one who can choose how to respond to life's challenges. Embrace this journey with an open heart and let mindfulness guide you toward a greater understanding of yourself and the world around you. Impermanence, embracing change and growth. Life is a river, always flowing and changing. Have you ever noticed how everything around you is in constant motion? The seasons shift, the sun rises and sets, and even our thoughts come and go. This concept of impermanence is a core teaching in Buddhism, and it holds profound wisdom for understanding ourselves and our experiences. When we grasp the idea that nothing stays the same, we can start to let go of our attachments. Think about your favorite shirt. You may love it dearly, but eventually, it will fade or wear out. Instead of clinging to it, embracing its eventual departure can bring you peace. Recognizing that everything has a life cycle can help you appreciate what you have while it lasts. Imagine facing a challenging situation. You might feel overwhelmed and think it will never end. However, just like a storm, it will pass. By accepting this moment is temporary, you can find solace and strength to endure. Understanding impermanence teaches us that our feelings, like our circumstances, are fleeting. This realization can alleviate anxiety as we learn that tough times won't last forever. Change is often met with resistance. We like to hold on to what we know, fearing the unknown. But think of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. It must undergo a process of change, and only then does it emerge beautifully. Similarly, our lives are filled with opportunities for growth when we allow ourselves to embrace change. By welcoming new experiences, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Every day presents a chance for renewal. Each sunrise invites us to begin anew, leaving behind yesterday's worries and regrets. When you wake up, take a moment to appreciate the fresh start. What do you want to focus on today? How can you use this day to grow and learn? Setting intentions for your day can help you stay mindful of the present moment. In relationships, impermanence plays a crucial role. Friendships can change, and people come in and out of our lives. This reality may feel painful at times, but it also allows us to cherish the moments we have with others. When you value each interaction, you can create deeper connections and memories, knowing that these moments are precious. Another way to embrace impermanence is through meditation. When you sit in stillness, you might notice thoughts drifting in and out like clouds in the sky. Instead of grasping at them, let them float away. This practice teaches us that our thoughts and emotions are not permanent. We can observe them without judgment and allow them to pass. This skill can bring a sense of calm and clarity to our minds. Letting go of the need to control everything can be liberating. We often try to hold on to situations or feelings, believing that if we can manage them, we will be happier. But life is unpredictable, and trying to control the uncontrollable leads to frustration. Instead, focus on what you can influence, your reactions and mindset. By accepting impermanence, you can find freedom in uncertainty. Imagine a beautiful flower in full bloom. Its beauty is magnified because it is temporary. If it were to last forever, we might take it for granted. In the same way, embracing the temporary nature of our experiences can help us appreciate them more fully. Celebrate the good moments and hold them dear, knowing they won't last forever. When faced with loss, remember that grief is a natural response. It's okay to feel sadness when something or someone changes or leaves your life, but try to see this as part of the cycle of life. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, but also remind yourself that healing is possible. Over time, you can find joy in the memories and lessons learned from those experiences. Consider journaling as a way to reflect on impermanence. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you process changes in your life. It allows you to see patterns and gain insights about yourself. You can note what you're grateful for today, what you've learned from past experiences, and how you wish to grow moving forward. This practice nurtures self-awareness and helps you embrace change. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude can also be a powerful way to engage with impermanence. When you appreciate the fleeting nature of life, you begin to recognize the beauty in small moments. Whether it's a smile from a stranger or a beautiful sunset, these experiences become precious when seen through the lens of impermanence. As you navigate your journey, remind yourself that change is a natural part of life. The more you embrace it, the more you can grow. Each experience, good or bad, contributes to your personal evolution. Like a tree shedding its leaves in autumn, you too can release what no longer serves you, making way for new growth. In conclusion, understanding and accepting impermanence is a transformative journey. It allows you to appreciate the present moment, embrace change, and cultivate resilience. Life's ebb and flow can be beautiful, and with each change, you have an opportunity to learn, grow, and discover new aspects of yourself. By letting go of attachments and celebrating the fleeting nature of existence, you can unlock a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. The role of suffering, finding purpose in dukkha. Suffering is a part of life. We all experience it in different ways. Whether it's losing a loved one, facing disappointment, or struggling with our own expectations, pain finds its way into our lives. But what if suffering could be more than just a burden? What if it could be a teacher? In Buddhism, this idea is central. Understanding the role of suffering, or dukkha, can lead to profound insights about ourselves and the world. Dukkha isn't just about physical pain. It encompasses emotional and mental suffering too. It reminds us that life is filled with ups and downs. Picture a stormy sea. The waves crash and toss you around, making it hard to stay afloat. But with each wave, you learn to navigate the waters better. You become stronger and wiser. This is how suffering can shape us. It pushes us to adapt, grow, and find our inner strength. When we face suffering, we often want to escape it. We might distract ourselves with busy schedules, entertainment, or unhealthy habits. But what if, instead of avoiding it, we leaned into our pain? By acknowledging our suffering, we can begin to understand it. Why do we feel this way? What is the root cause? Often, suffering highlights areas in our lives that need attention. It reveals our fears, desires, and unmet needs. For example, imagine a student who fails an exam. At first, they might feel overwhelmed by disappointment and shame. But if they take a moment to reflect, they can ask themselves, what led to this result? Did I study enough? Did I understand the material? This reflection allows them to identify their weaknesses and make a plan for improvement. Through suffering, they gain clarity about their learning process and can take actionable steps towards growth. The Buddha taught that suffering is universal. Every single person experiences it at some point in their lives. Recognizing this can foster compassion for ourselves and others. When we see someone else in pain, we can relate to their struggle. Instead of judging, we can offer kindness and support. In this way, our suffering connects us to the larger human experience, reminding us that we are not alone. Suffering can also inspire change. When we experience deep pain, it often acts as a wake-up call. We might realize that certain aspects of our lives are not serving us well. For example, a person stuck in a toxic relationship might endure emotional turmoil for years. But when the pain becomes unbearable, they may finally find the courage to leave and seek healthier connections. In this sense, suffering can be a catalyst for transformation, urging us to make choices that align with our true selves. In Buddhism, there is a concept known as the Four Noble Truths. The first truth acknowledges that suffering is a part of life. The second truth explores the cause of suffering, often linked to our attachments and desires. The third truth teaches that it is possible to end suffering by letting go of these attachments. Finally, the fourth truth outlines the path to liberation from suffering, known as the Eightfold Path. By understanding these truths, we can navigate our pain with greater awareness and purpose. Let's take a moment to reflect on how we view suffering in our lives. When challenges arise, do we see them as obstacles, or do we embrace them as opportunities for growth? Shifting our perspective can make a significant difference. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" This simple shift can turn our suffering into a valuable teacher. Mindfulness practices can help us engage with our suffering more effectively. When we sit quietly and observe our thoughts and feelings, we create space to process our emotions without judgment. For example, during meditation, you might notice feelings of sadness arise. Instead of pushing those feelings away, acknowledge them. Say to yourself, "I see you, sadness. You are here, and that's okay." This practice allows you to confront your pain gently, without becoming overwhelmed by it. Additionally, sharing our struggles with others can lighten the load. Talking to friends, family, or a therapist can provide support and perspective. When we express our feelings, we often discover that others have faced similar challenges. This connection can foster a sense of community and remind us that we are not alone in our suffering. As we navigate life's inevitable challenges, it's important to remember that suffering does not define us. Rather, it is a part of our journey. By approaching our pain with curiosity and compassion, we can learn valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. Finding purpose in suffering is about transforming our experiences into growth. It's about recognizing that every challenge can lead us closer to understanding our true selves. By embracing dukkha, we open the door to healing, resilience, and connection. So, the next time you face a hardship, take a moment to pause and reflect. What is this experience teaching you? How can you use it to grow stronger? Through this lens, suffering becomes less of a burden and more of a guide. It shows us the way forward, helping us uncover the depths of our being. As we learn to navigate the waves of life, we discover not only our strength, but also the beauty of the journey itself. Compassion and kindness, cultivating empathy for yourself. Compassion is like a warm light that brightens our path. It helps us connect with ourselves and others. In Buddhism, compassion is a core teaching, reminding us to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. So, what does it really mean to be compassionate towards yourself? Imagine a friend who is going through a tough time. You would likely offer them words of encouragement and understanding. You wouldn't criticize them for their mistakes. Now, think about how you treat yourself in similar situations. Do you show the same kindness? Often, we are our harshest critics, and this can lead to negative feelings about ourselves. Compassion invites us to change this pattern. Being kind to yourself doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or mistakes. It means acknowledging them without judgment. It's okay to be imperfect. Every mistake is a chance to learn. For example, if you didn't perform well at work or school, instead of berating yourself, take a moment to reflect on what you could improve next time. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This shift in thinking can be incredibly powerful. When you practice self-compassion, you create a safe space for your emotions. Imagine you feel anxious about a big presentation. Instead of telling yourself, "I shouldn't be nervous," you might say, "It's okay to feel nervous. Many people do." This simple acknowledgement can ease your anxiety. It reminds you that you are human, and feeling nervous is a part of life. Compassion also extends beyond ourselves. When we cultivate empathy for our own struggles, we become more compassionate towards others. Think about how good it feels when someone understands your feelings. By practicing kindness toward yourself, you build a foundation for showing kindness to those around you. Buddhism teaches us the practice of metta, or loving kindness. This practice involves wishing well for ourselves and others. It can start with simple phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be at peace." When you say these words, you're opening your heart to the possibility of kindness. You're acknowledging that you deserve love and happiness just like anyone else. To cultivate compassion, try to set aside time each day for this practice. It could be through meditation or simply reflecting on your day. Consider moments when you were hard on yourself. How would you respond to a friend in the same situation? Shift your perspective and treat yourself with that same kindness. Another way to practice compassion is by recognizing your triggers. What situations make you feel bad about yourself? When you identify these moments, you can prepare to respond with compassion instead of criticism. For instance, if you feel overwhelmed when comparing yourself to others, remind yourself that everyone has their unique journey. You are on your path, and that's what matters. Additionally, surrounding yourself with supportive people can enhance your journey towards self-compassion. When you are with those who uplift you, it becomes easier to treat yourself kindly. Seek out friendships that encourage open conversations about feelings and experiences. Remember, the journey of self-compassion takes time. It's okay if you find it challenging at first. Just as a seed needs nurturing to grow, your compassion needs patience. Celebrate small victories, like acknowledging when you were gentle with yourself instead of critical. Each step forward is a sign of growth. Practicing compassion also involves recognizing your emotions without judgment. If you're feeling sad, don't rush to dismiss that feeling. Allow yourself to feel it. Emotions are valid, and acknowledging them is part of being compassionate. Consider journaling your thoughts and feelings. Writing can help you process emotions and reflect on how to respond with kindness. When you read back your entries, notice patterns in how you talk to yourself. Are there areas where you can be more gentle? Use this awareness to shift your internal dialogue. Lastly, don't forget the importance of gratitude in cultivating compassion. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you are grateful for in yourself. It could be qualities you admire or accomplishments you're proud of. Focusing on gratitude can help shift your perspective, making it easier to be kind to yourself. As you continue on this path, remember that compassion is not just a feeling, it's an action. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness you would show to a friend. When you cultivate this compassion, you create a ripple effect, spreading kindness to others and fostering a more understanding world. In summary, compassion and kindness towards yourself are essential aspects of self-discovery. By embracing your imperfections, acknowledging your feelings, and practicing self-love, you create a nurturing environment for growth. This journey is not just about finding peace within yourself. It's about extending that peace to those around you. Remember, the more you practice compassion, the more it will become a natural part of who you are. And with each act of kindness, you weave a stronger thread of understanding and love into the fabric of your life. Interconnectedness. How you are part of a greater whole. In the tapestry of life, each thread plays a vital role. Just like a beautiful painting made up of countless colors, our lives are intertwined with the lives of others. This is the essence of interconnectedness. It means that everything we do affects those around us, and in turn, we are influenced by them. Understanding this connection can help us realize that we are not alone in our struggles or joys. Imagine standing on a beach, watching the waves come and go. Each wave is like a moment in your life, unique and fleeting. But those waves also come from a larger ocean, just as your experiences are part of a vast web of existence. When we acknowledge this interconnectedness, we begin to see the beauty in our shared humanity. When you encounter someone in pain, it's easy to think, that's their problem. But what if you paused for a moment? What if you realized that their pain is also your pain? When we recognize our shared struggles, compassion blooms within us. This compassion leads to kindness, understanding, and ultimately, a deeper connection with ourselves and others. Consider a simple example from your daily life. You may find yourself in a crowded space, like a bus or a cafe. Each person around you has their own story, joys, sorrows, hopes, and dreams. When you look at them, try to see them as reflections of your own journey. Maybe someone is having a bad day, just like you do sometimes. Or perhaps someone is smiling because they just received good news. This realization can shift your perspective and help you connect with others more deeply. In Buddhism, this idea of interconnectedness is often referred to as dependent origination. It teaches us that nothing exists in isolation. Everything is influenced by everything else. Your actions, thoughts, and feelings ripple outwards, touching others in ways you might not even realize. This is why practicing kindness and compassion is so important. When you treat others with love and respect, you create a positive ripple effect that can spread far beyond your immediate circle. Think about how your actions affect your family, friends, and community. When you help a neighbor, they may feel inspired to help someone else. This chain reaction can lead to a more supportive and caring world. On the other hand, negative actions can also have far-reaching consequences. A harsh word or thoughtless action can create a ripple of hurt. Recognizing this interconnectedness encourages us to choose our actions wisely. As you reflect on your life, consider how your beliefs and values connect you to others. Your experiences shape your worldview, which influences how you interact with those around you. For instance, if you value honesty, you're likely to communicate openly with others. This fosters trust and strengthens your relationships. By understanding the interconnectedness of our values, we can build bridges of understanding and compassion. In moments of frustration or anger, remind yourself of this interconnected web. When someone cuts you off in traffic or a colleague frustrates you at work, pause for a moment. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a deep breath and ask yourself how their actions may be influenced by their own struggles. This perspective shift can transform conflict into an opportunity for understanding. Meditation can also deepen your awareness of interconnectedness. When you sit quietly and focus on your breath, allow your thoughts to drift towards the people in your life. Picture them in your mind and send them positive intentions. Visualize how your well-being is linked to theirs. This practice not only cultivates compassion, but also helps you feel more connected to the world around you. Interconnectedness also extends to nature. Everything in our environment is connected, from the smallest ant to the tallest tree. When you walk outside, take a moment to observe the life around you. Each leaf, each drop of rain, plays a part in the ecosystem. Understanding this connection fosters a sense of responsibility to care for our planet. When we recognize that our well-being is tied to the health of the earth, we are inspired to make choices that support sustainability. In your journey of self-discovery, embracing interconnectedness can lead to profound insights. You may realize that your happiness is intertwined with the happiness of others. When you celebrate someone else's success, you uplift your own spirit. When you contribute positively to someone's life, you also enrich your own. As you move through your days, remember the threads that connect you to others. Practice compassion, kindness, and understanding. Each small action contributes to the larger tapestry of life. You have the power to weave threads of love and positivity into the world, creating a beautiful masterpiece of shared experiences. In conclusion, interconnectedness teaches us that we are all part of something greater than ourselves. By recognizing and honoring this connection, we cultivate compassion and empathy. This understanding leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As you continue your journey of self-discovery, let the awareness of interconnectedness guide you in your interactions with yourself and the world around you. Embrace the beauty of this shared existence and watch as your life transforms in wonderful ways. The middle way, balancing extremes in your life. In life, we often find ourselves pulled in different directions. Some days, we might feel overwhelmed by stress and responsibilities. Other days, we may seek pleasure and indulgence without a care in the world. This push and pull can leave us feeling confused and unfulfilled. So, how do we find a path that allows us to navigate these extremes and achieve balance? The answer lies in the middle way. The middle way is a fundamental teaching in Buddhism that encourages us to avoid extremes. Imagine you're on a tightrope. If you lean too far to one side, you risk falling. Lean too far to the other side, and you may also lose your balance. The middle way teaches us to walk that tightrope with awareness and mindfulness. Consider the example of a seesaw. When one side is heavier, it tilts and becomes unstable. In our lives, we can experience similar instability when we swing between too much attachment and too much detachment. The middle way invites us to find a harmonious balance where we can enjoy life's pleasures without becoming consumed by them. In our pursuit of happiness, we often chase after extremes. We might think that working harder will bring us success, but relentless effort can lead to burnout. On the other hand, seeking comfort and avoiding challenges can lead to stagnation. The middle way encourages us to engage with life fully while also recognizing when to step back and recharge. This balance is not just about moderation. It's about finding a path that feels right for you. It's about understanding your limits and respecting them. For instance, if you love working out but feel exhausted afterward, it's essential to listen to your body and allow time for rest. This is the essence of the middle way, taking care of yourself while still pursuing your goals. Another aspect of the middle way is understanding our desires. It's natural to want things, like a new job, a relationship, or a beautiful home. However, when we cling too tightly to these desires, they can create suffering. By practicing the middle way, we can enjoy our aspirations without letting them control our happiness. We learn to appreciate what we have while still striving for improvement. Think about a time when you felt caught between two extremes. Perhaps you were torn between working late to meet a deadline and spending time with family. In these moments, it's crucial to pause and reflect. The middle way encourages us to consider both sides and find a solution that honors our responsibilities while nurturing our relationships. Balance also applies to our emotions. Life can throw many challenges our way, and it's easy to swing between joy and sadness. Emotions are part of being human, and it's okay to feel deeply. The middle way teaches us to acknowledge our feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Instead of suppressing sadness or chasing happiness, we can learn to observe our emotions with compassion. Meditation is a powerful tool for finding balance. When we sit in silence and focus on our breath, we create space to reflect on our thoughts and feelings. This practice helps us become more aware of when we're leaning too far in one direction. Over time, meditation can guide us toward a more balanced and centered life. Practicing the middle way also involves understanding our relationships with others. It's easy to fall into extremes in how we relate to those around us. We may become overly dependent on friends or family for our happiness, or we might isolate ourselves to avoid vulnerability. The middle way teaches us to connect with others while maintaining our independence. Consider the dynamics of a healthy relationship. It thrives on communication, trust, and mutual respect. However, when one partner becomes overly controlling or distant, the balance is disrupted. The middle way invites us to nurture our connections without losing ourselves. It encourages us to be present for others while also honoring our own needs and boundaries. Finding balance in our daily lives also extends to how we manage our time. In our busy world, it's common to fill our schedules to the brim. We may believe that doing more will lead to greater success, but this often leads to stress and exhaustion. By embracing the middle way, we can prioritize what truly matters and create a rhythm that feels sustainable. Take a moment to reflect on your daily routines. Are there areas where you feel overwhelmed? Are there tasks that drain your energy? The middle way encourages us to simplify our lives, focusing on what brings us joy and fulfillment. It's about making conscious choices that align with our values and goals. In essence, the middle way is a lifelong journey. It's not about achieving perfection. It's about being aware of our choices and their consequences. As we walk this path, we become more attuned to our needs and the needs of those around us. We learn to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. In conclusion, the middle way offers us a powerful framework for living a balanced life. By avoiding extremes and embracing moderation, we can cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment. This journey may not always be easy, but it is deeply rewarding. As we explore the secrets of ourselves, let us strive to walk the middle way and discover the beauty of balance in our lives. Karma, how your actions shape your future. Karma is a word many of us have heard, but what does it really mean? At its core, karma is about understanding how our actions affect our lives. It's like a law of nature. What you put out into the world comes back to you. Imagine throwing a ball against a wall. The way the ball hits the wall determines how it bounces back. In the same way, our actions, good or bad, will eventually return to us. Every day, we make choices, big and small. When you help someone in need, you are sending out positive energy. This energy often returns to you in ways you might not expect. You might find joy when you need it most, or others may come to your aid during difficult times. On the flip side, when we act with negativity, like speaking harshly to someone or making selfish choices, we send out negative energy. This can lead to feelings of guilt, regret, and sometimes even loneliness. Think about your daily interactions. When you smile at a stranger, it can brighten their day. This simple act can create a ripple effect. They might smile at someone else, and soon, that positivity spreads. This is the essence of karma in action. Our actions can create a chain reaction that affects not just us, but the people around us. But it's important to remember that karma isn't about punishment or reward in a strict sense. It's more about understanding that life is interconnected. What you do affects others, and in turn, those actions can come back to you. It encourages us to act mindfully and to consider how our choices impact the world. Let's say you work hard to be kind and respectful to your coworkers. Over time, they will notice your efforts. This can lead to a supportive work environment where everyone helps each other succeed. When challenges arise, you'll find that your coworkers are more willing to assist you because of the kindness you've shown. That's karma at work, building connections and fostering goodwill through your actions. On the other hand, if you often find yourself gossiping or being critical of others, you may notice that negativity comes back to you. People might avoid you, or you may feel isolated. This is the consequence of negative karma. It serves as a reminder that our actions matter. Karma also teaches us about the importance of intention. It's not just about what we do, but why we do it. If your actions are driven by selfish motives, they may not yield the positive outcomes you hope for. For example, if you help someone only because you want something in return, that action may not bring you true happiness. True kindness comes from a place of genuine care and compassion. In Buddhism, karma is not a static thing. It evolves. This means that while you may have made mistakes in the past, you have the power to change your future through your actions today. Every moment is a new opportunity to create positive karma. You can choose to act with love, compassion, and mindfulness, shaping your destiny with every choice you make. The concept of karma encourages self-reflection. It asks us to look at our lives and ask, what patterns do I see? Are there areas where I can improve? When we take the time to reflect, we can identify the habits that serve us and those that don't. You might ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? This question can guide your actions. When you focus on leaving a positive impact on others, you create a legacy of kindness and respect. It's about more than just the present moment. It's about how you contribute to the world over time. Another important aspect of karma is the idea of patience. Sometimes, we may not see the immediate effects of our actions. You might do something kind and feel as if no one notices. It's easy to feel discouraged, but remember that the seeds you plant today will grow in their own time. Trust the process. Just as a tree takes time to grow, so too do the results of your actions. Karma also invites us to forgive ourselves and others. We all make mistakes. That's part of being human. Instead of dwelling on negative actions from the past, focus on what you can do differently now. By learning from our experiences, we create a brighter future. This means letting go of grudges and choosing to move forward with an open heart. Think of it like a clean slate. Every day, you wake up with the chance to start fresh. If you've acted poorly in the past, acknowledge it, learn from it, and commit to doing better. This mindset fosters personal growth and strengthens your character. Understanding karma also encourages us to cultivate compassion towards ourselves. Just as we are quick to judge others, we often do the same to ourselves. When we make mistakes, it's easy to fall into self-criticism. But instead of beating yourself up, practice self-compassion. Recognize that you are learning and growing, just like everyone else. In the end, karma reminds us that we are the architects of our lives. Our choices shape our future. By being mindful of our actions and intentions, we can create a life filled with positivity and connection. As you move forward, keep these lessons in mind. Be intentional with your actions Embrace the interconnectedness of life, and remember that every day is an opportunity to create good karma. When you act with love and compassion, you not only improve your life but also contribute to a better world. This understanding of karma can transform your perspective and help you live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The nature of desire. Understanding cravings and attachments. Desire is a powerful force in our lives. It can push us to achieve great things, but it can also lead us into trouble. Imagine you see a beautiful sunset. You feel a strong desire to capture that moment forever. You take a photo, hoping to hold on to that feeling. But once the sunset fades, what do you feel? A sense of loss? A longing for something that can't be captured? This is the nature of desire. It pulls us in, yet it can leave us feeling empty. Desires often come from a place of wanting more. More love, more success, more happiness. But chasing these desires can lead to suffering. In Buddhism, this concept is known as tanha, which means craving or thirst. We crave things, experiences, and even people, thinking they will bring us joy. But more often than not, they can create a cycle of dissatisfaction. When we hold on to our desires too tightly, we set ourselves up for disappointment. For example, think about wanting a new car. You believe that owning that car will make you happy. You work hard, save money, and finally buy it. At first, you feel joy, but soon that joy fades. You might find yourself wanting an even better car, starting the cycle all over again. This is because external things can't provide lasting happiness. Understanding the nature of desire helps us see that true happiness comes from within. Instead of seeking fulfillment in external things, we can look inside ourselves. It's important to recognize that desires can be natural and human. Wanting to be loved, successful, or comfortable is not wrong. However, it's essential to understand that these desires don't define us. In Buddhism, we learn to practice non-attachment. This doesn't mean we shouldn't enjoy life or pursue our goals. It means we should approach our desires with mindfulness. When we notice a desire arising, we can observe it without judgment. Ask yourself, what is this desire teaching me? Instead of acting on it immediately, take a moment to reflect. This practice can create space between you and your desires, helping you to respond more wisely. Another way to manage desire is to practice gratitude. When we focus on what we already have, we can shift our perspective. Instead of always wanting more, we can appreciate the present moment. Take a moment to look around you. What do you see? What brings you joy? By cultivating gratitude, we can lessen the grip of our cravings and find contentment in what we already possess. It's also helpful to understand that desires often stem from fear. For instance, we might desire a promotion at work out of fear of not being good enough. Recognizing this fear can be a powerful step towards healing. When we acknowledge the underlying emotions behind our desires, we can begin to let go of them. This doesn't mean we stop wanting things. It means we approach our desires with a deeper understanding of ourselves. Consider the practice of mindfulness meditation. In this practice, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting attached to them. When a desire arises during meditation, we notice it and let it pass like clouds in the sky. We acknowledge it, but we don't cling to it. This practice can help us develop a healthier relationship with our desires. As we explore the nature of desire, it's important to remember that not all desires are harmful. Some desires can lead us to growth and positive change. For example, the desire to improve ourselves, learn new skills, or help others can be incredibly beneficial. The key is to differentiate between healthy desires and those that lead to suffering. By reflecting on our desires, we can understand our motivations better. Why do you want that new phone? Is it because you need it, or is it because others have it? Understanding these motivations can reveal more about ourselves than we realize. Additionally, it's vital to remember that desire is often temporary. Feelings can change, and what we want today may not be what we want tomorrow. By accepting this, we can learn to embrace change and uncertainty in our lives. This acceptance can free us from the constant need to chase after our desires. In summary, understanding the nature of desire allows us to break free from its chains. It teaches us that while it's okay to have wants, true contentment comes from within. By practicing mindfulness, gratitude, and self-reflection, we can navigate our desires with wisdom and compassion. This journey of understanding can lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life, helping us to recognize that we are already enough just as we are. Nirvana, discovering your true peace within. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who spent his entire life searching for happiness. He traveled far and wide, seeking wisdom from every corner of the world. He sought pleasure in material things, relationships, and accomplishments. But no matter what he achieved or acquired, he still felt a deep restlessness inside, a feeling that something was missing. One day, he came across a Zen master and asked, "How do I find true peace?" The master simply smiled and said, "You have been searching outside for something that has always been within you." This story may feel familiar. Many of us are constantly looking for peace and happiness in the outside world, through our jobs, relationships, or possessions. We think, if I just had this one thing, then I would be happy. But the truth is, the peace we are searching for cannot be found in any of those things. True peace, what we call nirvana in Buddhism, lies deep within us. It's not something we need to achieve or chase. It's something we need to discover. So, what is nirvana? In Buddhism, nirvana is often described as the ultimate state of liberation and freedom. It's the end of suffering, the release from all the cravings, attachments, and desires that cause us pain. It's a state of inner calm, where we are no longer shaken by the ups and downs of life. But nirvana isn't some distant, unreachable goal. It's not reserved for a select few. It's a state of mind, a way of being that's available to each and every one of us, right here, right now. To understand nirvana, we need to understand suffering. Life is full of challenges, struggles, and pain. We experience loss, disappointment, and frustration. But much of our suffering comes from within, from the way we cling to things, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even ideas about who we think we should be. These attachments tie us down and keep us trapped in a cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. Imagine holding a rope tightly in your hands. The more you pull, the tighter it gets, and the more painful it becomes. This is how attachment works. We hold on so tightly to things that we think will make us happy, but instead, they cause us suffering. Letting go of that rope, that's what nirvana feels like. It's a release, a freedom from the things that bind us. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I let go? How do I find nirvana in my own life? The path to nirvana isn't about escaping or withdrawing from the world. It's not about giving up everything you have or isolating yourself from others. It's about changing the way you relate to the world. It's about finding peace in the middle of all the chaos, about learning to let go of the things that no longer serve you. One of the first steps toward nirvana is recognizing that everything is temporary. Nothing lasts forever. Our experiences, our emotions, our possessions, even our bodies. When we cling to things, hoping they will bring us lasting happiness, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. But when we accept that everything is constantly changing, we begin to loosen our grip. We start to see that we don't need to hold on so tightly, because nothing stays the same. Take a moment to think about something you've been holding on to. Maybe it's a past relationship, a job, or a goal you haven't reached yet. How much energy are you spending trying to control it? How much suffering is it causing you? Now imagine what it would feel like to let go. Not in a way that gives up, but in a way that releases the weight. That feeling of lightness, that's nirvana. Another key to discovering nirvana is mindfulness. Being mindful means being fully present in each moment, without judgment or attachment. Often, we live in the past or the future, regretting what's already happened or worrying about what's to come. But the present moment is the only place where life is truly happening. When we are mindful, we can experience life more fully. We can appreciate the beauty around us and within us without needing anything more. Mindfulness also helps us to see things as they truly are. Often, we view the world through the lens of our own desires, fears, and expectations. We want things to be a certain way, and when they're not, we suffer. But when we practice mindfulness, we begin to see the world without these filters. We see things as they are, not as we want them to be. This clarity allows us to respond to life with greater peace and understanding. A common misconception about nirvana is that it's a state of emptiness, where we feel nothing. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Nirvana is not about being numb or detached from life. It's about being fully alive, fully awake, and fully present. When we reach this state of inner peace, we experience life with more joy, compassion, and love. We are no longer swayed by our desires or fears, and we can connect with the world in a deeper, more meaningful way. Think about a time when you felt completely at peace. Maybe it was during a quiet walk in nature, or while sitting with a loved one, or even in a moment of stillness in your own home. That feeling of calm and contentment, that's a glimpse of nirvana. It's already within you. You just need to learn how to tap into it more often. The practice of compassion is also essential in discovering nirvana. Compassion means opening your heart to the suffering of others and yourself. Often, we are our own harshest critics. We hold ourselves to impossible standards, and when we fall short, we suffer. But nirvana teaches us to be kind to ourselves, to forgive our own mistakes, and to approach life with gentleness and understanding. When we cultivate compassion, we not only heal ourselves, but we also create a ripple effect of kindness in the world around us. To discover nirvana, it's important to remember that it's not a final destination. It's a journey, a practice that we return to again and again. There will be moments when you feel at peace, and moments when life feels chaotic and overwhelming. That's okay. The path to nirvana is not about being perfect. It's about learning to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and equanimity. As you move forward on this journey, remember that nirvana is not something you need to chase. It's already within you, waiting to be discovered. Every moment is an opportunity to reconnect with your true self, to let go of the things that cause you suffering, and to find peace in the present. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the worries, the cravings, and the attachments that weigh you down. Trust that you have everything you need within you to find peace. The journey to nirvana is not about changing who you are. It's about discovering the peace and freedom that have always been there. The journey of self-discovery, practical steps to transform your life. As you've journeyed through each of the secrets about yourself, you've uncovered profound truths that go beyond the surface of everyday life. But the question remains, how do you take these insights and use them in your life? How do you transform the knowledge you've gained into real, lasting change? This is where the final part of our journey comes together. The practical steps to truly transform your life through self-discovery. The path of self-discovery is not about reaching a destination. It's about walking the path every day. Life is always changing, and so are you. But the key is learning how to navigate that change with awareness, intention, and inner peace. Let's walk through some practical steps that will help you apply these secrets to your everyday life and truly transform yourself. 1. Start with acceptance. The first step in transformation is acceptance. As we've discussed throughout this series, life is impermanent. Everything around you and within you is constantly changing. This includes your thoughts, emotions, and circumstances. Instead of fighting against change or holding on to things that are slipping away, practice accepting what is. This doesn't mean giving up or not taking action. It means recognizing what's happening in the present moment and responding to it wisely. Take a deep breath and reflect on this. How much of your suffering comes from resisting what is? When you let go of the need to control everything, you open up to the possibility of peace, even in the most challenging situations. 2. Embrace mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than just a practice. It's a way of living. When you are mindful, you are fully present in each moment, aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This awareness allows you to observe your inner world without judgment, which is the first step toward understanding yourself more deeply. Start small. You don't need to sit in meditation for hours to practice mindfulness. Instead, try being fully present in simple activities like eating, walking, or even washing the dishes. Notice the sensations, thoughts, and emotions that arise. By doing this, you begin to see yourself more clearly. Over time, mindfulness becomes a tool that helps you navigate life with greater clarity and calm. 3. Cultivate compassion for yourself. Many people are harshest on themselves. We often criticize ourselves for our mistakes, imperfections, or failures. But true transformation comes when you can be kind to yourself. Cultivating self-compassion is not about excusing poor behavior or avoiding responsibility. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a close friend. When you make a mistake or face a challenge, instead of beating yourself up, ask, "What would I say to someone I love who's going through this?" By treating yourself with kindness, you create a space where real growth can happen. You allow yourself to learn from your experiences instead of being weighed down by them. 4. Practice letting go. One of the most powerful lessons Buddhism teaches is the art of letting go. We hold on to so many things, possessions, people, ideas, emotions, that can cause us pain. Learning to let go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging to things that are out of your control. Think about something that's been troubling you recently. Is it something you can change, or is it beyond your control? If it's beyond your control, practice letting go of the need to fix or change it. This doesn't happen overnight, but with time, you'll find that letting go creates more space in your life for peace and joy. 5. Set intentions, not expectations. When you set expectations, you attach yourself to a specific outcome. This often leads to disappointment if things don't go as planned. Instead, focus on setting intentions. Intentions are about the direction you want to move in, without being attached to the results. For example, instead of expecting everything in your life to go perfectly, set an intention to approach each day with gratitude and patience. By focusing on your intentions, you stay grounded in the present moment and are less likely to feel disappointed when things don't turn out as expected. 6. Surround yourself with supportive people. Your environment plays a huge role in your personal transformation. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and encourage you to be your best self. These are the people who will remind you of your inner strength when you forget, and who will celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Look around at the people in your life. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? If certain relationships are toxic or draining, it may be time to reevaluate them. This doesn't mean cutting people off, but it does mean setting boundaries that protect your peace and well-being. 7. Keep learning and growing. Self-discovery is a lifelong journey. There's always more to learn about yourself and the world around you. Stay curious, keep exploring, and be open to new experiences. Read, meditate, engage in thoughtful conversations, and challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone. The more you learn, the more you grow. And as you grow, you become more aligned with your true self. Remember, this journey is not about perfection, it's about progress. 8. Celebrate your progress. Sometimes, we get so focused on what's ahead that we forget to celebrate how far we've come. Take a moment to acknowledge the progress you've made on your journey. Whether it's big or small, each step you take is a victory. Reflect on the changes you've noticed in yourself since you started this journey of self-discovery. Maybe you're more mindful, more compassionate, or more accepting of life's ups and downs. Whatever it is, celebrate it. You're on the right path, and every step forward is a reason to be proud. 9. Commit to the journey. Finally, commit to the journey. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. There will be moments when you feel stuck, or when old patterns resurface. But remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Commit to showing up for yourself every day, even when it's hard. Commit to practicing mindfulness, compassion, and letting go. Commit to living a life that aligns with your true self. This is your journey, and the rewards are immeasurable. 10. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this journey together, remember that self-discovery is not a destination. It's a lifelong process. The more you understand yourself, the more you can live with intention, peace, and purpose. You now have the tools to transform your life, but the work doesn't stop here. Continue to practice these principles every day, and watch as your life unfolds in beautiful and unexpected ways. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery. I hope the insights we've shared have resonated with you, and that they guide you on your path toward personal transformation. If you found this video helpful, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Woven. Your support means the world to us, and together, we can continue to explore the depths of wisdom and self-awareness.